Good afternoon. My name is Jalen Herbert, and welcome to the second annual HBCU Day, hosted by Congresswoman Alma S. I'm a 2017 graduate of the illustrious Winston-Salem State University. Today we're on the campus of one of the great CIAA schools, Johnson C. Smith University, Go Golden Bulls, in North Carolina's 12th Congressional District. We want to bring to you, right where you are, whether you're in your house, your couch, in the car, at work, we want to bring to you the HBCU experience. So right now, let's kick it over to North Carolina A&T to our co-host, Tony. Tony, how the Maggies doing in North Carolina A&T?
Thank you so much, Jalen, and good afternoon, and welcome to HBCU Day. I'm your co-host for this afternoon, Tony Watlington, a 2020 graduate of the amazing North Carolina A&T. You know, HBCUs across the country have been leading the way in preparing the workforce of tomorrow. Annually, HBCUs contribute $15 billion in economic impact to their communities, producing over 134,000 jobs and $46.8 billion in alumni career earnings. We blend excellence in the classroom with a unique cultural experience. One of the big parts of this experience are HBCU marching bands. So let's get this show on the road. I think I hear some amazing HBCU bands now.
That band's energy was unmatched. Brings me back memories of when I was at Bowman Gray Stadium at the Red Sea of Sound. Boy, good memories. But hey, let's welcome our next guest, the first guest of the HBCU Day. The one that's been leading the way for our HBCUs, the one that's going to continue to speak up, cut up, and even act up if she has to. She'll often tell you that it's because of her two-time experience of being a graduate of the illustrious North Carolina A&T University, the Aggies as they call themselves. Let's welcome Congresswoman Alma S. Adams. Congresswoman.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Congresswoman Alma Adams, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to the second annual HBCU Day. I bring greetings to each of you from the more than 800,000 residents of North Carolina's 12th Congressional District, the 116th Congress, Speaker Pelosi, and House leadership, 54 members of the Congressional Black Caucus, and 92 members of the Congressional Bipartisan HBCU Caucus. From your living room, dorm room, or from wherever you are tuning in, know that we could not be more excited to have you join us. COVID-19 will not keep you from having the opportunity to get an inside look at the unique experiences that historically Black colleges and universities have to offer. I'd like to thank all of the program's participants today for taking the time to share with and educate prospective students about these historic institutions. Today, you'll get to learn about the culture, the pride, the history, and the opportunities HBCUs create and cultivate. HBCUs are embedded in the fabric of our country. Some of our schools date back to the mid-1800s, where they served as teacher colleges for the African American community. For generations, these schools have ensured that African Americans could attain what is owed to them, a first-class education. HBCUs have been the means of delivering on our nation's promise of freedom and opportunity for all, especially for our communities. Today, these institutions remain as vital as ever. HBCUs account for 42% of all Black engineers, 47% of Black female engineers. These institutions produce 27% of all African American STEM graduates, 50% of all African American lawyers, 50% of all African American public school teachers, and 80% of all African American judges. And HBCUs are responsible for creating some of our country's most motivated and exceptional young entrepreneurs. As I reflect on our program today, I'm reminded of what HBCUs do and what an HBCU did for me. I am a testament to the necessity, the importance, and the impact of these schools. You see, my mother was not an educated woman, but she understood how important education would be in my life. She did domestic work, cleaning other folks' houses, so I wouldn't have to, so that I could focus on charting a path I wanted for myself. I was a first-generation college student, not fully prepared to do college work. But North Carolina A&T State University made an investment in me. They gave a poor Black girl from the ghetto of Newark, New Jersey, an opportunity because they believed in me. They believed in that principle that the great W.E.B. Du Bois spoke about when he said of all of the civil rights for which the world has struggled and fought for 500 years, the right to learn is undoubtedly the most fundamental. A&T took me from where I was and shaped me into what she knew I could become. After completing my bachelor and master's degrees, I was able to get my Ph.D. from the Ohio State University, but only because of the North Carolina A&T and HBCU. And it was with that Ph.D. that I went on to teach at Bennett College. Yes, another exceptional HBCU. For 40 years, over 40 years, I taught there. And I know that without my HBCU education, I would not be who I am today. And certainly, I would not be a member of the United States Congress. It's clear that our schools provide pathways of opportunity for millions of Americans, many of whom, like me, first-generation college students and from low-income backgrounds. HBCUs have done so much for me and so many who came before me, and I know they will continue to have this impact for generations to come. This is why one of my first acts in Congress was to create the Congressional Bipartisan HBCU Caucus, which I co-chair with Congressman Bradley Byrne of Alabama. Over the last few years, we have successfully introduced and passed legislation to secure over $100 million of additional funding across the federal budget for HBCUs. We created $80 million in student scholarships for our 1890 land-grant universities and provided fairness and equity to key line items that touch HBCUs and predominantly white institutions alike. The caucus was the driving force behind the Future Act, which protected and permanently insured $85 million a year for HBCUs to prepare the next generation of STEM graduates. That was the first standalone bill addressing HBCU issues to be enacted into law in 20 years. The caucus also launched the landmark Partnership Challenge to encourage corporate entities to invest in HBCUs and to create pipelines of opportunity for HBCU students. The challenge has been taken by nearly 50 leading companies across a wide range of industries that are all dedicated to engaging with our schools and our students. It's an exciting time for HBCUs. For that reason and countless others, I am incredibly proud to host HBCU Day. I bet in a virtual format this year, our program will allow you to interact with HBCUs, learn about their culture, and understand why alumni have so much pride for their respective institutions, and see what the HBCU experience is all about. The community, the opportunity, and the excellence that these institutions foster is unmatched. I know you will all get a taste of that today. Again, thank you for joining us.
One thing I know about Congresswoman Adams is she's always going to advocate for HBCUs. Thank you, Congresswoman, for joining us today and hosting such an amazing event. You know, the HBCU experience is by far unmatched. I personally enjoyed it because it taught me that being African American and being excellent are not two mutually exclusive terms. In addition, the cultural experience of attending these institutions is unmatched. But let's not just take my word for it. Let's listen in to some current students and hear why they think and why they love their HBCUs.
JCSU is home because it's small. It's really small. Everyone knows everyone.
I don't feel like a number. I feel like I'm a part of a humongous family, and regardless of different places we may come from, at the end of the day, we have a common ground, and that's home.
So we have one professor to a class of about 35 to 25 kids.
And you're not being treated in the classroom or in your dormitories or in the cafeteria like the next person, because they know you and they're getting to know you, and you're growing and they're learning you and knowing you as you grow. And that's just like at home.
You can develop as much and grow as much as you push yourself to. So you just have to take control and take every opportunity that is provided.
At John C. Smith is a family. We accept everybody. We're a mixing pot of everything.
It's okay to be who you are. You know, you don't have to do everything that everyone does. It's okay to be exactly how you are.
I am outspoken, eyebrow raising, energetic, talkative, just everything.
Being a student is an experience. It's an experience that molds you for the rest of your life, regardless of where this takes you, but it molds you.
I'm a better brother, I'm a better son, I'm a better uncle. Because of Johnson C. Smith, I understand myself better in life.
I see myself changing the world after graduation. I want to be a teacher in inner city schools and help minority youth. So I believe that I can change the world in a classroom.
I really want to push people to think more critically in the world that we see today. So I want to develop and grow as an artist and actually influence people to think on a more critical scale.
you got the bull behind you, you good. Like, that's golden bull through and through, Smithite, Smithite.
What's up, guys? It's Brianna Jones here. I attend the illustrious North Carolina A&T State University. And the reason that I wanted to attend this school was because of the community. Anytime you step on campus, it feels like home. It feels like a family.
My name is July Berry. I am at the illustrious North Carolina Central University. The reason why I love my HBCU is because it's a place of family. Honestly, I feel as though I could come here and I could see other people like me to be able to achieve and do things that I never thought imaginable when I first came here.
My name is Alyssa Joyner. I'm a history student here at North Carolina Central University. I believe HBCUs are important because at one point in time we were not welcome onto the campuses of PWIs, and what better way are we to get our education and as to be on the campus of a black school.
Hi, my name is Jen, and I love North Carolina Central so much because it truly means something to me, more than just being at a HBCU. I love it here, the family energy, just all the education I'm receiving. I feel like it's really going to benefit me in the future.
I love my HBCU because there's a lot of people that look like me, and the fact that the campus is so small and we can help each other. I can go to anybody, ask them for help. The professors know me personally by name. I can go to them for anything, and HBCUs are just the best.
Hi, my name is Eliana Brown. I go to North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. I'm an architectural engineering student, and I love my HBCU because we are like a huge family. Like, we have our ups and downs. Sometimes we love each other, sometimes we hate each other, like any normal family. But at the end of the day, we all want the best for each other, and we all strive for Black excellence. And Aggies will always do.
I'm Abeku Abercrombie, a junior at North Carolina A&T State University. And I love my HBCU because there's no better place to find people who look like me, who are doing everything it takes to be successful.
But let's take a look back and see some of the household names that we see every day. The names that we see on social media, on television, as we're watching television every day. Let's look at some of the celebrities that graduated from the illustrious, historically Black colleges and universities.
Greetings, future leaders and future Eagles of North Carolina Central University. I am Kim Michelle Ratliff, and I'm a proud alum of North Carolina Central, class of 1992. I'm a native of Charlotte, and I Carolina Central to be different. I wanted to get away from Charlotte, but not to be too far away, and I wanted to create my own niche. So what I found at North Carolina Central were friends and family, faculty that I would have in my life for the remainder of my life. So when I go back for homecoming, when I'm out and about around the country, there's always somebody that attended NCCU, and we are proud to see one another all day, every day. Eagle Pride!
I attended Virginia Union University, and it was probably one of the most eye-opening and enlightening experiences of my young adulthood. There was such a sisterhood and a brotherhood there, which I think you honestly could have got going to any HBCU.
I'm Maria James, and I am a proud class of 2004 graduate from Virginia Union University. My time at Virginia Union was so much fun. Let me tell you, I definitely feel like I enjoyed all of the aspects, social aspects of being at a HBCU. I was in the marching band, so the high stepping band. Shout out to my Sisters of Pi Beta Sigma. I was very active on the school paper as one of the editors. And our classroom experience was so interesting to me. We went from being just high school students to who, had teachers who kind of helped you along the way, to being in college and being told that, expectations were going to be a little bit higher. Our quality of work was going to be need to rise to the occasion. But not just that, we were also taught that, not to waste the opportunity that we had. I remember clearly freshman year, hearing that. Like our parents, those who sent us to the university, were counting on us to really use our time wisely. And so we were also taught to use our voice. I remember when some students, unfortunately, who were hit crossing the street. The cars were just going so fast, and we went to a city council meeting to petition it. And I remember clearly as students, some of us going up and speaking on behalf of the school. And unfortunately, the council did not vote in our favor. But guess what? The students got in the middle of the street. We closed the street ourselves through a human chain, and we did not let the cars through. And so I remember that clearly, and I remember today the impact of that was how the streets was narrowed. So the city did eventually listen to us. I was the first African American managing editor for the local newspaper here in Maryland. And I also have established a newspaper in the College Park area, right in the area with the University of Maryland. And I feel like the confidence needed to be a great professional, to be able to chart new territory, not be afraid to use my voice. All that came from being a student at Virginia Union University. I'm currently very active with our Alumni Association, and I was Young Alumni of the Year 2007. I believe that giving back to the university is something that as young graduates, we have to think about and do, and just do it. And so I was able to give back in terms of my time, and as my financial means increased, I started to find ways to make sure that I was able to give back to my alma mater financially. So go VU!
My name is Jerry Goodson. I'm a 2016 graduate of the illustrious Winston-Salem State University. And while I love my HBCU, you're not a number. The professors actually care about your growth and care about your grades and making you a better person when you graduate. The culture at HBCUs are 10 times different than what you'll ever experience on PWIs or any other type of university. And the third reason that I love my HBCU is because when you're on campus, you feel like you belong and you feel like you want it. People care about everything that you have going on and care about your growth to become a successful human being when you graduate. From the connections I made at Winston-Salem State, I'm now managing facilities operations in the Memphis area for Amazon.
Hello, my name is Greg Carty, a 2016 graduate of Winston-Salem State University. HBCUs are so pivotal nowadays because it allows you to get a better understanding and knowledge about African American culture that they do not share in today's educational system. I currently work in Charlotte, North Carolina at NASCAR in the licensing department. My current role is the senior coordinator in licensing and consumer products. If it wasn't for my HBCU, I wouldn't have the opportunity in this position. It was at one homecoming where I was able to network with the past intern that participated in the NASCAR Diversity Internship Program, where we exchanged contact information, and we also just talked about sports management as a whole. From there, I went ahead and applied for the internship program, and after that, I interned with the program for 3 separate occasions, which led me to have a full-time position once I completed my graduate studies. If it wasn't for my HBCU, I wouldn't be here.
We love school!
We love school. Going to an HBCU is the reason why I teach. These are my students, and I love them so much.
All right, so look, we done heard from the band, we done heard from alumni, we also done seen some of the notable celebrities. But one group that we have not heard from yet, a group that keeps the energy high, and I mean high, Oh, that's simple. The cheerleaders. Wouldn't be an HBCU experience or a game day experience without the cheerleaders. So hey, let's take a look at this performance. Coming to you live from the powerhouse of the red and white. Take it away.
Thank you, Lord, for waking us up this morning against the freshman of every closing of our food on the table. Thank you for this fellowship, God. It's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity, God. I ask that you allow us to show up and show out better than we ever have before. Give us the courage to push through and the breath to keep breathing. Love you, Lord. Thank you for another day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Lord, grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change. Courage, strength, things that I can. And the wisdom of the difference. Amen. I'm a cheerleader. My mission is to cheer. My motto is to lead. I sweat blue and white. Therefore, I'm a blue chip.
But this is a what? $1 million production. That is correct. It is not only going to be cheerleaders that will be doing this. It will be spectators. It will be our friends. It will be our family and our friends. And we want to represent. Okay?
T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Trump is coming to your city. What's up? What's up? T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Trump is coming to your city. What's up? What's up? T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Trump is coming to your city. What's up? What's up? T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Trump is coming to your city. What's up? What's up? T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Trump is coming to your city. What's up? What's up? T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Trump is coming to your city. What's up? What's up? Cheer 6. Has just arrived. We are the C-I-double-A. That's right, you know we don't play. We don't play the best in the C-I. Come on, has just arrived. We are the C-I-double-A. That's right, you know we don't play the best. Come on, in the C-I. Has just arrived. We are the C-I-double-A. That's right, you know we don't play the best in the C-I. Has just arrived. We are the C-I-double-A. That's right. Let's get this shit off started. Woo! You know what time it is. With the skirt shaking bricks, start to shake. Can you keep up? Powerhouse,
Girl, what do you have on?
What's wrong with what I got on? What's wrong with my outfit? Cause I thought I looked cute.
It's the chip. Yeah. It's the chip for me.
Give me that chip. Oh, you shook. And fit with the grip. Oh, geez. We don't chase love. Oh, hey, hey, hey. And your friends and their friends and you already know how it is.
We're not united for
no more second is up. Great night. Two. Get the truth out. Your champion is a fool. Try to compete with the legends and you get the boots.
Better be lucky. You've been touched by an angel, girl.
Nah, come on, coach. Please let us finish this.
It's above me now.
So our team tries to look like me, but we're the ones who are damn things. We get them. We're the ones who are down with it. 2020, we bringing the pressure. You get hit with the powerhouse special. Bump, 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 bump. What's up? I'll be your face, I'll be your face. What? Just stop the hate, we set the pace. And you, my friend, are just in the race. Like cells. Like cells. Ready, hit. 1, 2, 3, strikes, you're out. The left
Let's give it up for the powerhouse of red and white, the cheerleaders from our CIAA champions, Winston-Salem State University. You know, today has been fun. It's been high energy and most importantly, informative. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. Though homecoming season has moved to a virtual format due to the pandemic, it's great to see that we can still celebrate our schools until we can return to in-person festivities. Jalen, back to you. Thanks, Tony. Hey, it is our hope today that you had a great experience. We hope that we were able to show you what the HBCU experience is all about. We hope that you will take it now to home, to bed, with you to sleep, dream about the HBCU experience and say, hey, I want to go to a HBCU. I want to go and support our historically black colleges and universities. So before we say goodbye, before we tell you all, hey, see you next year, time to hear last words from our historically black colleges and universities, chancellors and presidents. And then the Congresswoman, she's coming right back to you to say farewell. Until next year, stay safe.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust. White rum, fizzy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the trash, man it's so tough.
Alright yo, put the belly on the body, make a catch. Seen her watch, now she wanna give crotch. Boy got peas, now she hopping in the pod. Man, a real life sugar gal, I might forget what. When she want dark, told her meet me at the top. Switching lanes the other day, I seen her waiting for a bus. Maybe this a Moncler sweater, diesel denim. Buy another one, my pockets fat like heather. Neck froze like I don't know no better. Benzo truck, white seats and they leather. Go broke never, on my grind. She make it clap like I'm Busta Rhymes. I got the juice, the sauce and all them things. I blammed her twice a night with all my bling. Big Benz I drive, I brought that ting. Any girl you want, they want my ting.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust. White rum, fizzy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the trash, man it's so tough. Flood my eyes, make a whole blush. Back of the tour bus, getting cool up. D-square, got on de-stress. Got a hand wash, new racks with the old Nikes in the shoebox. Keep my stripes, no cuss. Pull up in a new plate, then she might just. She went tryna move bait when her eyes locked. New tints on a coupe, that's a head loss. Off my whites, right my wrongs. Gucci my mum, while you twiddle your thumbs. Count my sums, this is gonna get long. Love my green, I'm tryna get strong. Tryna get on, where I'm from, it's on. Yes, man don't take no dumb threats. They see funds, they hop fence. We been up, not up. Next. Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust. White rum, fizzy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the trash, man it's so tough.
And introduce him, the one and only. Big truck, no clutch. Wrist rolls, don't touch. French Siri, I'm so drunk. Cause I can't drink and drive, where's my chauffeur? Band the whopper, whip that coca. I really hold this time I work, I don't floss. See, I was in the work, now my penthouse at the top. Shay said they're best friends, I bet they both fuck. As they both cost, cause they said I sold drugs. And when you're down, ain't nobody around. Watch they come back, when you blow up. I forgot my jacket, but my heated seats help me warm up. Fast train to Inverie, I used to go up. It's ironic, I just sold out my show in Scotland. Used to say I wanna put Tottenham on a map, but one day I'ma change the map in Tottenham.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust. White rum, fizzy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch my.
Thank you for coming out to our HBCU Day. We are HBCU strong.